Coach Teresa Ford here, and this is the Guiding You Home podcast. This is a thought-provoking and often humorous approach to moving you closer to the only one who can genuinely help you live a life of abundance and prosperity. Sound good? Yeah, it's you that needs to go within so you can sit in the driver's seat of your life, co-creating with God. So make room for more light and knowledge. As you continue to listen, you will discover elements of how to lead with your inner light, how to act on your specific promptings, and how to follow your spiritual intuition so you can fulfill the measure of your creation. Thanks for being here, and let's dive in. Okay. Let's talk about Manifesting 101. Are you ready for this? This is going to blow your mind. You are already doing it. Congratulations. You are a magnificent manifester. And I'm kind of giddy and teasing you a little bit because you don't even know how good you are. You think something's missing from your life, and it's really not. And you can create anything and everything. In fact, you are the creator of your current reality, meaning you have done anything and everything to get where you are today. And even if that means that your bank account is empty and your love life stinks, you manifested it. So for better or for worse, we are manifesting all the time. But I do want to give you some examples of how you're manifesting the things you want, because I don't really know the things you have manifested that you don't want, right? I'm not peeking in your window, so I don't know what those things are. But you do. I guarantee 1,000% you do. So let me just start out by giving an example of what I'm talking about, because it is going to be key that you understand how you are manifesting. What is it that you're doing, and how does that, how are you aligning, right? We talked about alignment in the last episode, but this one, manifesting, is just simply aligning with what you want. And it's not hard. It doesn't have to be hard work. It may take some doing, it may take some time, but it's not hard. Okay? It's actually quite simple. So let me give you an example. Okay, so you go to your cupboard, it's Friday morning, and you're running low on groceries. You open the fridge, again, running low on groceries. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna get to the grocery store. Ta-da! That's your goal, right? You just identified with clarity exactly what you needed to do, where you needed to go, and where this thing was that you needed back in your home, right? You needed groceries. So just like the wise, magnificent manifester you are, you made a list, grabbed your keys, stuck your hat on your head if you weren't showered yet, and you got in the car, started the car, and pointed the car in the direction of a grocery store. Yes, look at you now, rocking and rolling. Okay, so when you got to the parking lot of the grocery store, you knew where the groceries were. They were inside. It was going to take you, and this is not a pickup scenario, right? It was going to take you going in the store and picking out the groceries that you wanted, and then coming out of the store, taking them home and putting them away in your cupboard. But you knew how to do that. Somehow, something in you told you, I know exactly what I have to do. And the only thing that's keeping me, that's standing in the way of me having the groceries that I want and where I am right now, is a parking place. So there you were going, okay, you're focused. Like I'm doing the V sign with my fingers, pointing my eyes to you right now, like back and forth. You knew exactly what you had to do. You had to get a parking place. I guarantee, like I'm willing to bet, I don't know, 1,000 Hershey chocolate bars that you have never gone to the parking lot and not found a parking place in the grocery store. I'm willing to bet on that, because you are a magnificent manifestor. You're manifesting like time and time again in this whole scenario. It's like, hey, now I need to find a parking place. So you drive around, find the one that you just love. It's like, that's the one for me. You pull in, you park your car, you take your keys out, you lock it behind you, you go into the store, you grab a cart, and you are on your way. You are just about to receive all the goodies that you have asked for from the grocery store. So you're shopping up and down the aisle, and it's not like you're like, ooh, I need tomato sauce, and then you're like looking in the toilet paper aisle. Like, you're not doing that, because it doesn't make sense that you would go so far from the goal when you're like, I need tomato sauce, and then you're over there looking in the toilet paper aisle. That never happens to you. When you need tomato sauce, you look at all the signs, you find the tomato sauce aisle, you go to the tomato sauce section, you choose the tomato sauce brand you love, and the tomato sauce ends up in your cart. It's a miracle. It's your favorite thing. You're like, dude, I did it. It's so awesome. And so then you take all the groceries that you shopped for, because you did every single grocery item like that. You went where the thing was that you wanted most, and you put it in your cart. So then you go up to the checkout stand, and you're paying money. You're exchanging currency, energy. Currency is energy. It's an exchange. It's like this for that. You use your energy to exchange for the groceries, and then you're on your way. Out you go. You're in the parking lot again. You go to your car. You unload the groceries. You return the cart. You do return the cart, don't you? How you do one thing is how you do everything. You return the cart, and then you get in your car and you drive home, and you have groceries in your cupboard and in your refrigerator, and you hardly even thought about it. But there you were. You manifested groceries. I want groceries, and ta-da, there they were. There's an even more simple scenario. I want groceries. You open the app, you put the groceries in your cart, you pay for them, you assign yourself a pickup time, you pull into the grocery store, you wait until they come out and they ask you, is this your name? And you're like, yes, it is. And voila, they put the groceries in your cart, and you haul them home, and you drag them in the house, and you put them away in the cupboards, and ta-da! I want groceries turned into you can have groceries. You said, can I have groceries? And the answer was yes. Manifesting 101. When you ask for something, the answer is already yes. What's standing between you and the thing you asked for is your location. Where are you aligned? Are you out in outer space? Are you standing in your living room wringing your hands? How am I going to get groceries? How's it going to manifest in my life? How am I going to make it happen? How am I going to get all the way down there? Like, I'm standing here in my living room. I'm not down there where the groceries are, and maybe somebody's shopping for them. Maybe they're all gone. Maybe I can't have any. Maybe I'm late. No, you're not doing that. That would be ridiculous. You don't stand in your living room, wring your hands, you open your app and you order your groceries, or you get in the car and you go down and pick out what you want. It's that easy. Manifesting is that easy. When you want to go to bed, you're like, I think I'm tired. I want some sleep. The answer is yes, you can have sleep. You can have sleep. How many times did you stand in the corner in the living room and not go to your bed to get the sleep? You don't do that. You're like, oh, I want to present well and get ready and look nice, and I want to be perceived as put together. Guess what you're doing? You're looking up what the latest fashion is. You're making sure it's in your closet. You're looking at makeup tutorials and hair trends, and you're showering, and then you put the clothes on, and then you put the makeup on, and you look at yourself in the mirror, and there you are. You're a rock star. You're doing it. You said you wanted to dress up and look presentable and put your best foot forward, and you did. When you ask for something, the answer is yes. Right? You didn't get in the shower and stand there without water going. You didn't walk out the door naked. You did something about it. Manifesting is not magic. It doesn't just, there's not a magic wand. You're not like, I hope, and expect that on your doorstep, there would be this thing. No, you aligned with it. You literally got excited about something. I'm telling you, I'm one of those functional people that I'm super utilitarian. Like if I can't find an effective or an efficient reason to do something, it doesn't get done. Like I'm just not going to do it. And so dusting happens, I don't know, once every 3 months, when it absolutely is apparent that I haven't dusted and that you could write your name in the dust on our dressers. Like I'm just, because I feel like the things I have to do in life are much more important than dust. Much more important. And so I do the things that I feel are important to me. And if it's more important for me to sit here and do this podcast and I'm still in my workout clothes from this morning and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm okay with that, because I'm manifesting a podcast that I wanted to deliver more than I was getting excited and aligning with a shower. Does that make sense? So I will shower, even if it's just before bed, but I'm doing the things that I wanted to manifest most. So sometimes you even have to pick and choose. What do I want to manifest? What am I excited about? What am I aligned with? Because if I was more excited about the shower and getting all glammed up, that would have been the first thing that I manifested. But I'm actually more excited about delivering a podcast about how you are a magnificent manifester than anything else right now. And so because I wanted to do this podcast, I got excited about it. I put an outline together. I grabbed my microphone. I hooked myself up. And guess what? It's happening. Because the answer was yes when I asked, can I do a podcast today? Absolutely. The answer is yes. But what am I doing about it? I'm actually moving the needle. I got to get in gear and do something about it. So again, really important that we pay attention to how we want to manifest, what we're doing that does manifest, and what we're not doing that doesn't manifest. If you're not aligned emotionally, getting excited about the thing you want, it will not happen. Let me give you another example. So my family lived in Aurora, Colorado. I had 4 young daughters, and we were going to move to Billings, Montana. And we had exactly 1 weekend. Like, this was a last minute decision, and my husband's new job started in 2 weeks. And so we had 1 weekend to go find a home. So we drive up there, but before we drove up there, I was very excited. I loved living in new places and having fresh starts. So I was excited about the idea of living in a small town, Billings, Montana, and the snow and the fun, and I just got dreaming about it. I was excited. I was like, I want to live in one of those neighborhoods where everyone's friendly and you don't have to worry about where your kids are because everybody's got a lookout, and it's just lined with trees. So in the summertime, my kids can sit under the trees and sell lemonade. And I wanted a little cottage house. I wanted hardwood floors. I wanted a big tree swing in the backyard. I even wanted an old-fashioned alleyway in the back of the house because I grew up with one of those. And in the neighborhood, my brothers and I would ride our bikes all through the neighborhood with all the neighborhood kids playing tag on our bikes through the old alley, and I thought it was so much fun. So I wanted my kids to have kind of an old-fashioned experience. I expected them to play outdoors rather than be on video games, and so I was just dreaming up the lifestyle I wanted for my little family. And I even came up with yellow walls, interior. I wanted a galley kitchen. I wanted a gas stove. I wanted just enough room for us all to be super cozy. I wanted a loft. I wanted a loft because I wanted to have like this little getaway place where we could kind of hide away from everything and read and just dream. So I had this very dreamy idea. I wanted to walk the kids to school. I wanted to walk to church in the spring and in the summer. I just had this dream. I wanted it to be this way. So we go up to Montana on this one and only weekend. We had to find a house. And it was a Saturday. so we got a real estate agent involved, and she drove us around to all the neighborhoods that were in our price range. And I was so disappointed. I was like, what? This is Uglyville. Like, you've been showing us all these houses that are not well lit, and you can't see out the windows because the windows are like those 1970s windows that are rectangle at the top of the wall, and so you can see in the front of the house. And none of them had any of the cute details. They weren't cottages. They didn't have hardwood floors. They didn't have the alley in the back. They didn't have a tree swing for the kids. They just didn't have the list. And I was like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. But here's what I aligned with. I aligned with my belief that I would know it when I saw it. I just kept thinking, it doesn't have to be everything on the list, but I'll know the energy of this little cute home when I see it. So Saturday came and went, super disappointed. Sunday we were leaving. We had to go back and pack because we were moving the following weekend. And so I had made up this rule in my head. And the rule was, God's not going to help us find a house. It's Sunday. It's the Sabbath day, and we're not supposed to work. So I was like, well, shoot, we're in a tough spot. We're going to have to look at the want ads because this was pre-internet. We're going to have to look at the want ads and just find something to rent from a distance and pray, cross our fingers that it's going to be good. But then I stopped. I was like, who made up the rule that God's not going to help us in the one weekend that we have to go find a house? Who made that up? That was me. Did I get in the way of manifesting the house of my dreams? Yes, I did. I sure did. And then I was like, well, what if you remove the rule? What if God knows that there's an exception, that we wouldn't do this if our ox wasn't in the mire? What if he would help us? And I just have to get out of my own way. It was that idea that led me to open up the newspaper and look at houses for sale, and there it was. It was newly listed, open house that morning, newly remodeled cottage in the Tree Streets. There was a section of town we didn't even know about called the Tree Streets, and it was on Pine Street. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's got to have all the wonderful, yummy, old trees lining the streets. Surely it's full of trees. So I screamed, there it is! And we all got in the car and we started driving, and we went to Pine Street and we drove down the street, and there's the open house sign, and it was perfect. It was perfect. The trees made canopies over the street. The houses were just cute as a button. It looked so friendly and so inviting. There was a school that we could walk to right down the street. The church was right down the street. And we walked in the house. It was newly remodeled, hardwood floors, yellow walls, galley kitchen, gas stove, tree swing out back, and an old alleyway in the backyard. There was a loft over the garage. Like, I kid you not, it was to the detail. I knew nothing of this home. I knew nothing of the style of houses that were up in Billings, Montana in 1986. 96. But I was aligned with the dreamy lifestyle that it would afford us to raise our kids in. And I'm telling you, I was so giddy I cried. We put an offer in. It was in our budget. They accepted our offer on the spot, and we moved in the next weekend. It was so perfect, but I'm telling you, it was the dream. I aligned my intentions. I didn't include self-doubt. Notice in that whole story, I didn't say, well, I kind of doubted that it was available, but you never know. No, I did not doubt. I asked for what I wanted, and it showed up. And you literally have to start to recognize the energy for which you are doing things. My energy was free and clear. I was all about willing, allowing. I was about receiving the gift of the house I've asked for to raise my family and so we could have fun. there's a lot of elements here. So we're going to talk in future podcasts about allowing and receiving and shifting your energy and making it align with the manifesting that you desire to make. Because you are a magnificent creator. We know that already. You do it every day. You do it every day. When you want to show love, you are so loving. When you want to hold a grudge, you really are good at that too. But it is all about your energy. You want to manifest bringing more love to you. You are open and authentic, and then it can come. And when you're angry, all bets are off. You just shut the door on your dreams and your hopes. So make sure that you're checking in with yourself. How am I doing? How about now? How about now? Because energy is everything, but you've got to line up with the things you want. And when you have good energy about going to the store, you eventually get yourself to the store. When you have good energy about going to bed, you eventually get up off the couch and go to bed. When you have good energy about getting ready, man, you look better than you've ever looked. When you have good energy about manifesting something as big as a house, a job, a financially supported bank account, a relationship, when you get clear and you line your energy up with the thing that you say you want most, it will show up. It will show up. I'll do another podcast on how I manifested my husband. It's a story all of its own, but I'll do Manifesting 102 for my next podcast and let you know exactly how I manifested a relationship that I really, really, really wanted. Okay? Until then, let's get going and let's get living. Thanks for listening. I invite you to leave your feedback and share your aha moments as you listen to this podcast. Also, you can access more information or any of the programs, courses, or worksheets that I've mentioned on these episodes on my website at teresaford.life. Or what I would really love is for you to connect with me on Instagram at teresaford.coaching and on Facebook at Coaching with Teresa Ford, so I can give you more interesting insights and further coaching to help you fulfill the measure of your creation.